Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is that you are. It looks like I have someone that popped on. Can you show me who you are? I'm not sure if I can see the chat. I'm sure hoping so. That's kind of interesting. I'm going to pull it up on my other device to see if I can see the chat on there because I want to make sure that I can, if somebody says something to me, that I can answer them. I don't like it when I'm not able to see things. So just give me a minute or two. Get into the right account, of course. Right. Switch. All right, let me see what's going on. All right, let me see if I can find this live myself. I'm not very good with this kind of stuff, you guys. View channel. All right. What is this? View analytics. I'm not interested in that. What's going on here with that? What? Okay, let me see if I can get into live. Okay, right here. I'm sorry, whoever's on here. Can't seem to get into the video myself for some reason. It's a little bit bizarre. Can I get into it from my other account, maybe? Let's see. I want to be able to see your comments. Okay. Looks like... Okay. So it looks like I'm on there. All right. Live chat. All right. I'm just, oh, it does pop up on my screen here. I just left the comment and I saw it. Of course, I can't scroll back through it looks like. Nope. So I'm going to leave this one up on here and then I'll be able to see it. Leave me a message, you guys. Let me know you're there. So, I have been guided to come on here today. I know there's only a couple of people on here right now, but that's okay. Whoever needs 444. Okay, you're surrounded. You're on the right path. That is what 444 means. I'm just going to move just a bit here. Okay. And I have been getting a lot of downloads lately. And I have been guided with a lot of the downloads that I have been receiving not to share them right away. However, I received a download in my meditation yesterday. It was really a profound download, and I was guided to share that today in a live. Now, I don't go live very much on YouTube because I don't have a really big following on this particular channel, and they don't allow me to do a lot of things because I don't have a lot of subscribers on this channel. But I guess whoever needs to receive this message will receive it, if they need to receive it from me. Okay, so first of all, let's do a quick clearing of the energy here that we can receive for our highest and greatest good. Whatever it is that you receive is meant for you at this time now on your journey. Okay, so we're going to set that intent with the divine, of course, calling in divine light and unconditional love, calling in my guides, my oversoul, the masters of the universe, all those that are walking with me within this lifetime, all those that I have been and all those that I will be, and who I am in the present moment that surrounds me and embraces me now through divine wisdom, through my vessel, setting aside my ego and my soul to reign. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you about, they wanted me to talk to you, but I'm going to say whatever I say, I'm guided to do it. Sometimes we just get, we're in the public, we talk about ourselves, because whenever we talk about they or guides, people look at you with a deer in the headlight look. They're kind of scared of you. I have a lot of people that are afraid of me. But like my channel says, love me, hate me. You know, either you love me or hate me. Whatever it is, take that reflection and find whatever it is within you that is seeking validation. Okay? Whether it's your light or your shadow, because it is a balance of both. Okay? So, the download that I received yesterday, I wrote down in my meditation. With this full moon that's coming, and it's going to, its peak is on the 23rd for those in the Western Hemisphere, or will be, or within that area, like around 10 or 10:30 Eastern time, that kind of thing is when the full moon is going to peak. So it will be in the daylight when it peaks in the morning. Okay? So the evening of the 22nd is so crucial, and it's really interesting that this came forward, you guys, because I received a download in one of my readings that I did. I'm not even sure if I posted the reading yet. I'm behind on editing because I haven't been well. I've been receiving a lot of upgrades and integration in through the throat, the ears, all of this area of my body. So I haven't got everything done that I have obviously wanted to get done. But within one of those readings, I received that the 22nd of May is a crucial date. Okay, so 22, of course, is a master number as well. It's the master builder. So it is what we are building. What are our foundations as well? When we look at 2 plus 2 is 4, that's a foundational number as well. What are we building? What are we forming? What are we building upon? Are we building upon something that is solid? Or are we building upon something that is going to have to be torn down? Now, a lot of times when we feel that we're not moving fast enough or not growing fast enough, it's because our foundational energy needs to be changed or cracked or reformed. And this can be at any level. This is not saying that you're a beginner in this spiritual development. If you're here on this channel, you're not a beginner in your spiritual development. You've been on this path for a while, or you wouldn't be here. I have another channel that is also for people different phase, and we can move back and forth between phases as well as we move through different realizations within our life. But if you're here, you are starseed 1010 and 10 viewers. Oh my goodness, 10 10 10 endings and beginnings, you guys. That is a really beautiful, significant number that they just brought through the clock. I'm going to take a quick drink here because they're channeling through me, and as I channel, I get really, really dry. And you may as well see me, for those of you that haven't watched me before, you may see me yawning. And when I yawn, it's because they are rising my frequency, okay? And they're forcing me to bring air into my body. So love me, hate me. Either you're going to be triggered by me, which I see a few people were because they left. See ya. I hope you receive the healing that you need whenever we are triggered by something, it is an invitation for us to take a look at what it is that we are not facing within ourself, our shadow self. Okay? What is it that we are not facing that brings something to us that when the other person says it, that we are like, I'm so mad about that, or you're pissing me off, or you're crazy. Whatever that is that triggers something within you, that emotion within you is a wounding that is wanting to be healed. So if I can trigger you, I'm very happy about that, because it means that it will be something that will begin to come up, that is coming up, that is ready for you to be able to heal. Okay? So if you don't like me, that's okay. I will take that. It's all right. I don't mind at all. So the download that I received through my meditation yesterday, and they brought to me quantum leap. I mean, quantum is jumping from energy state to another. Okay? It's an abrupt change, and it's a sudden and huge increase. Okay? It's a dramatic change. Jennifer, I watched in double speed, so I'm all caught up. Oh my God. Oh my God. I love you guys. You're so cool. Very lucky to watch. I'm happy to have you, Jennifer, as well. Entishala Miha, Kikala Mahar. Okay? And as well, welcome, Tiff. I see you're loved too. So I've triggered a lot of people because a lot of them have jumped off the video, which is okay. I hope everyone receives healing in the form that it needs to come into their life, so that they can ascend, to that higher vibration and really see themselves as love. This is all about us being able to embrace ourselves and seeing ourselves as love. And that is a really difficult thing for us to be able to see, because when we move through our life, we are taught a lot of times to look at our mistakes. What is it that we have done wrong? And we really focus on that. We really focus on the wrong and the right of things, rather than the balance between the two, the duality of it, the necessity of the balance of those dual energies in order to live a life in harmony. Okay? And that is what Spirit has been bringing to me over the last few days, and I have a lot of downloads that I've received, and I'm not going to be able to touch on all of them within this live stream. But the one that I want to touch on, and that Spirit is guiding me to touch on, is that they brought to me that there is going to be a quantum leap with this full moon. Now, I'm not sure what it is all about as far as astrologically. I'm not an astrologer. I know a little bit about it. I know a little bit about the signs, that you're born under, your sign, I can't even talk. Your sun sign, your right, that kind of thing, okay? Your moon, I know that, you're working within those depending on your chart is, but I am not an astrologer at all. I simply receive downloaded information, and I bring it in that way. But what they brought to me is that there is a quantum leap with this moon. And the reason this hit me so hard is because of the download that I received about the 22nd when I looked it up. Tomorrow is the 22nd. It is, isn't it? Yeah. Tomorrow is the 22nd, and they said the night of the 22nd because the full moon is at its peak on the morning of the 23rd. So for us to be able to be in that moonlight as it is coming to the complete fullness of light. Okay? Because then after that it begins to fade, right? And the moving into the darkness of the new moon where we're born. Okay? The darkness is where the matter lives, where things are born. And this is where we have been taught throughout our life to fear the darkness because we're told that it's evil. It's not darkness that's evil. It is the intent that is put and the fear of being in the dark, of not being able to see with these human eyes. Okay? We can see with this eye within the darkness. We can see intuitively what is there. Close your eyes. Very seldom it will be completely dark. When you close your eyes and you tap into your heart energy, anybody that is well versed with meditation or within spirituality, you will begin to see lights, twinkling of lights. You will see colors. You will see different things that will come in. That is your inner vision. That is the blending. Okay? And light has a spectrum of color. So whatever color it is that you are seeing, that is light that is coming into the darkness. It doesn't have to be white. Okay? Whatever color you are seeing that is coming into that darkness is a representative of a specific energy or a certain energy. Okay, that can be opening. Sometimes it will show us that we need to open to that energy. Okay, so when we see those different colors that begin to move in within the darkness, when we are within meditation with our human eyes closed, that that light that is coming within us, and feel the sensation, the frequency, and the vibration of those colors. We are healing our own body in that moment. That's profound, Spirit. We are healing our own body in that moment. Okay? When we are sitting in a state of receiving the light, that light is moving through our physicality, our emotionality, okay, our spirituality. What did I miss? And our mental, okay? Allowing us to be able to bring that light into wherever it is needed within our body. And you will receive, you may even receive very specific, okay, they're wanting to, sorry. As soon as they start, sometimes I have a hard time with words, forming words, because they just work through me, and sometimes I'm trying to work with words and they want me to use something else. There is very specific frequencies that are wanting to move through the body, and a very specific color. What they're bringing to me with this very specific color is to bring that specific color into wherever the pain is that you are feeling within your body. So breathing that color into that center of pain. And we all have pain within our body, different areas, that we may feel pain or that we may carry pain. What they're bringing to me with the carrying of this pain within the body is that specific color frequency that is seen when that pain is noticed has been created by a blockage within that specific chakra. Okay, so whatever that is, if you feel a pain, like let's say something very simple. So let's say you're seeing blue, a light blue. That is like a sky blue color is your throat chakra. Okay, That is the norm. Although I'm going to talk about how they're changing in the upgrades, of what's happening in the upgrades, how those colors are changing. But just for the sake of everyone knows what they have shown as the natural state of our chakras. Okay? So, we have the blue chakra of throat, that light sky blue color when it's healthy and vibrant. Okay? When it's not healthy and vibrant, a healer may see it as having more of a smoky-like quality with that sky blue within it. And I know because I witnessed this myself. Okay? But, so let's say you're getting a lighter blue color. The indigo blue, the darker purpley blue is the third eye. But let's use the throat chakra. So let's say we're feeling pain within our body, and that blue color is becoming prevalent to us. Pulling that blue color within that, whatever it is, and I'm going to use, shoulder pain here, like let's say on the left side of shoulder pain. And this is a feminine nurturing aspect of the body, and shoulder is where we carry, right? We carry a lot of burdens within there. So that is carried within that. If that throat chakra blue is coming in that state, is indication to you that you are blocked in some way of not being able to speak about some kind of burden that you carry. Okay? And it will be different for everybody. You will know. You will receive memories as you go deeper and deeper and bring in that color in as it releases. Does this make sense to you guys? Here quickly, I'm sorry, you guys. My comments are over here because I can't see. They disappear. 22. Oh my God. How many times do they have to bring the master builder number to us with the 22, you guys? How many times? Building solid foundations. Right? Being able to accept abundance. Those things that have held us back by what we have been told, by what we are carrying, that is not our burden to carry. We were told that by somebody else, and not to be able to speak about it. So let me see. Takes a lot to trigger you, Jennifer? Yeah, I'm at the point where it takes a lot to trigger me too. People can say whatever they want to me. They can believe whatever they want. It doesn't matter. It's none of my business what people think about me. It really doesn't matter to me anymore. It used to bother me. I used to be like, oh my God, they don't like me. Why don't they like me? People either love me or hate me. Okay? And it's none of my business whether they love me or hate me. I love me. That's all that matters. I am the one that spends time with me, that looks at myself in the mirror every day. I only see other people occasionally, right? Their opinion is their opinion because they don't know the whole of me. They only see a itsy bitsy teensy weensy piece of me that might trigger them. They might have an opinion about that, but they don't know the whole of me. Does that make sense to you guys? So realize, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about you. They don't know all of you. Only you know all of you and the divine. Nobody else knows all of you. Don't let somebody else's opinion judge you or put you into a state of self-judgment or self-criticism, because they're only seeing a little insy-binsy piece of you. Okay? And you know who you are here. Okay? That's an important thing for you guys to know. I'm going to talk about the sparkly. I see somebody's put goldish and sparkly. That's perfect, Jennifer. I love it. That tells me where you are on your journey, which doesn't surprise me for those that are on here, because you are star seeds. Okay, sparkling white light. Sparkling, yep, that's exactly. I see flashes of white light as well when my guides come in. And when I close my eyes, I see, when my team comes in, I see almost like amoebas. They look like cellular amoebas with a light around them, with a cell within them. It's really, really beautiful. And they told me that is the energy of the one. Throat chakra would be blocked. Yes. Yes, Jennifer. So, talking about upgrades within our chakras, as you raise and as we upgrade, and we're all upgrading. Let's be very clear. Okay? We are all upgrading. We are all ascending. We are ascending at different rates. Okay? We are jumping timelines at different rates. Those of you that are on here, you're going to make a really big jump if ready, if you make the choice, because we always have a choice, right? And that's what they said. This quantum leap is jumping from one energy state to another. It's an abrupt change, a sudden large increase, a dramatic advance. Okay? It's a massive jump, far beyond the next logical step. Okay? And what they're telling me about this is, for these group of people that are here, is that so much work already that you have been sitting in and you have felt like you have been stuck. And what has happened is that you have been working through so many lifetimes, already acquired all of this information. And there has been a waiting of others within our soul group, our soul tribe, because this includes me as well, you guys. This is the sacred soul tribe here. And this has been a waiting for those souls to begin to commune, to begin to connect, to begin to drop energy from one to the other, to begin to recognize, to begin to heal. Okay? To begin to drop the judgment, to drop the criticism, to begin to operate out of state of self-compassion, to operate out of self-love, self-nurturing. Okay? To begin to accept that divine timing is part of it. And when we accept that divine timing is what is going to work for us, that is when we are ready to receive within divine timing. And they told me that this moon, this big moon that is happening over the evening of the 22nd, is going to allow those that make that choice to make that leap. It's going to allow you to make a quantum leap, an unprecedented shift in timelines, in energy. You will feel it. You will not be able not to feel it. It will be so profound. Even witness things crumbling around you. You may see shifts within the matrix yourself. Okay? Do not step into fear. Do not step back. This is why the divine asked me to come on here today to deliver this message. Do not step back into that fear, that self-doubt, that self-criticism. Make that choice. Okay? It's not about not being fearful. It's about having the courage to move forward. Okay? I have never taken a step forward into something new when I have not had that little sense of fear. But it's about overcoming that fear. It's about moving forward in spite of that fear. And you are being asked to take that leap. It's a huge leap. There's also a huge, you guys might be seeing it as well. I'm seeing it. Green auras around things, and the green aura that is happening when we're seeing those things is about heart healing, okay, and balance. And I find it really fascinating because I went onto my channel this morning and I added, I had on there love me, hate me, and I put on there harmony in duality is what I was told to put on there. Because everything has to have a balance, okay? The light and the dark have to work together. We have to have both in order to have experience, in order to have life. It's when we label one better than the other that we create separation. Okay? And one becomes less than being that equal form. All right? I did a channeling that on this YouTube channel that talks about in the beginning there was only darkness. And I recommend that you listen to that if you haven't listened to it. It really talks about the duality and how we were formed and how the earth began. And they told me that I was here long before the earth was, that I have been in many other galaxies. And many of us have. Okay, this doesn't make me special. Okay, it just means that they are bringing to me who I am, to recognize who I am and my purpose that is here. Now, if that resonates with you, take it as yours. If it doesn't, not everyone has been here for that long. There are new souls, but there are new souls that are just as advanced because they have had their training elsewhere. It just means that they haven't had their training here. I was told that I come from another galaxy. I have a direct connection with the One, which when they finally brought this made so much sense to me because my entire life, I have always felt that I was very different from other people. I just knew things, and people would say to me, "Oh, you're right," and it just pisses me off. How do you know? And I didn't know how I knew. I just knew. I just knew. I knew the answer. And I didn't know how or why. And I didn't know why people hated me. Right? You can always accept that people love you, but when they hate you, that's a hard pill to swallow. And I'll tell you why. If you're having that experience in the same way as I have, it is because of the frequency that you carry. The frequency that you carry and the light that you carry triggers the shadow within others. And they project that self-hate onto you because it is an aspect of themselves that they have hidden, that they find unacceptable, and they don't know how to accept it. So that light, that vibration, shows that what they deem as a lack within themselves, when it is themselves. But that is how it is seen in 3333. Thank you, Divine. Ikalamaha, ikalamaha, shomahi, ha, ha, lamaha, it is a lack within themselves. Okay? It has nothing to do with you other than you are a bright divine light. Okay? They are as well, but they don't see it as that. They have not moved into that state. Okay? Where they are sitting at that frequency. And we are here, those of us that are love me, hate me people, we are here to trigger that because we are here to make change. Okay? And we are here to realize that that is part of who we are and to not hate ourselves because of that. To not bring that criticism onto ourselves because we think there's something wrong with us. Because there's nothing wrong with us. Nothing. Okay? And I don't even like to use right or wrong. But it's everything right with us. It is a balance, okay, within the yin yang. It is that balance, okay? And many of us have had here and where we have had to work within a lot of relationship issues. We have been born into families where there has been really difficult DNA that has been brought forward. And I don't like to use the word curse, but a lot of people understand that word, so I will use it. upon family, specific illness within the body, dis-ease, difficulty in relationships. There can even be things that you're born into, like incest, okay, oppression, strong patriarchy, all of those things, okay, that you were possibly born into, because you are here to heal that lineage. Okay, that is part of why you are here, and you signed up for it. Now, when you sign up for it, when you come here, with everything that we deal with here in this human life, don't beat yourself up for it. A lot of times we lose our way, we lose our path. Okay, we never lose our light. Let's be clear. We never lose our light. And I was told in a channeling that I did, and I posted this channeling yesterday, I believe it was, you have walked within the darkness, and yet here you are, standing in the light. And that is the journey of those of us that are here as way showers. Okay? We are here to lead that. We are here, everyone, what duality is, to show the importance of duality, and that both is needed. If we didn't have one, we wouldn't recognize the other. Okay? So whatever it is that we feel, because we feel sadness, we're able to recognize joy. Right? Everything has an opposite. And it's about not getting stuck in that opposite end of it. It is only a tool to teach us. That is all it is. It is only a tool to teach us. When we hold on to that too tightly, that is when we get stuck in that energy. So realize that everything you are experiencing here is wisdom that is being brought to you. It is a tool that you can put in your little tool bag. Oh, I experienced that. I understand it. Okay? And you are here in the human form for that purpose. So that you have had the privilege, this might trigger some people, everything you have had the privilege of experiencing has brought you great and deep wisdom, because it brings you compassion, it brings you understanding, it brings you the tools to help others. This makes me feel real, because I know that each one of you here have experienced so much difficulty, so much pain, so much suffering, or you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be on my channel. We have all experienced this, myself included. But you guys, we are the frickin' phoenix. Nothing pulls us down and keeps us there. We will continue to rise from the ashes, from the darkness. We will rise from that spark into the light. We will gain that higher perspective over and over and over again. That is why we are here. We are here to show others a higher perspective. And again, I've triggered people. I lost half the viewers, but that is as it is. I'm not going to pretend that these things are not true. Spirit has asked. This has been something that I have struggled with my entire life. The light and the darkness. The evil. Okay? The malevolent. I have struggled. I have defeated demons. I have fought them. I have seen them in my home. I have witnessed that. And I have conquered them. we are here to do that. We are here to bring light, to realize that that demon that we are conquering lies and lives within each one of us. And the only reason it is a demon is because we are told that it is unacceptable. Okay? And when someone gets pulled so deep into the darkness that is all they can see, that is all they can feel, is pain and suffering and hurt and anger. And this body takes on all of that negative energy and begins to act out. Because we are what we hold. So if we are holding darkness within us, and I'm using darkness as a way of, and it's not evil, but that denseness, when we are holding that denseness and all we feel is negativity and anger, vengefulness, jealousy, comparison, competition, that is how we act, that is what we hold. But when we hold love, that is what we will give, because we can only give what we have. Does that make sense? 4144. 144 is the number of the chosen. It is the clarion call. It is calling all light workers. Ishna laha, viha, viha awamaha, awamaha, viha, shikalaha, shikalaha, miha, miha. So, as I've explained before, when light codes come through me like that, a lot of times when I'm channeling, it is because of a vibration of a healing code that is needed to be able to move through your body. So when I speak in light codes in that way, the interpretation of them, like a lot of people, and I've heard people say that you should be able to interpret the light language into English. And this is not what I have been brought, and I trust my guides. Okay, so if that's what that person feels, that's okay. Maybe that is the energy that they bring, is simply a message of the light language and light codes. When I channel, and messages will come with it as well, depending on who it is and what it is that is coming. But when I channel specific light codes and toning and coding and things, it is to be able to put very specific codes within your body to awaken you. It is a very specific vibration. It is sound, and it is frequency, and there are no words that can describe it. There are no words in the English language that can be translated into what those codes are that are being brought to you. So I'm going to tell you this. If you are receiving 4343, thank you, Spirit. If you are receiving light codes and somebody is telling you that you should be able to interpret that into English, and you are taking that on, don't take on somebody else's belief. If that's their belief and that's what they believe, that's okay. Maybe they are only a messenger of the light language and the light codes. Maybe they are only a messenger of that. Okay? Maybe you are not just the messenger. Maybe you are a frequency that is bringing in those codes that need to be felt at a specific frequency, and there is no English language to describe that. Light language and light codes are such a high frequency and a high vibration that we feel them. We feel them within our soul, and we cannot always interpret that into the English language. And sometimes when I receive channelings and different energies, and it just channels through me and the words come out. So when light language just comes out, you guys, it's meant to just come out. It's not meant to be interpreted into the English language, because it is a high vibration, a high frequency. It is a healing energy that is meant to move within your aura, to be able to help you, to encode your DNA, to awaken you to a cellular level. There are no English words for that. Okay? There are no English words that can reach that frequency, that vibration of what they are bringing in into light language. Okay? That is what my guides have told me. And I actually listened to a lady that was channeling, and she said that if you could not interpret the energy of the light codes and the light language, then it just simply was not, it was not, you were not receiving it. And that's not true. That is not true to me. Now, if that's true to you, see ya, because that's not my belief. And when I first started downloading light codes, they just began to come out of me. I had been doing, I'm going to share with you a little bit of my, because this obviously is relevant to somebody here. Somebody needs to hear this. And some of you might know, if you're my early followers, how this came about with me. I had been doing, and I had been downloading and translating the energy of meditations, spoken and singing and musical frequency meditations. Now, I would compose the music. Then I would go into a channel and I would interpret the complete meditation. Some of these are on my site. You can listen to them. I did them probably 5-6 years ago, I want to say. And I would interpret, I would go into a trance, and I would just do a complete meditation, and it would end up being somewhere around an hour. Always. I had no clock or anything around. It would just be around an hour, and they would be done. And it'd be like, okay, here I am. Now, I want you to know that I did the music first. Then I would go and I would do the channeling, the spoken channeling. And then they told me to go in and do a singing channeling as well. Now, all I did with these is I laid the other one and did not edit them at all. Now, these were hour-long channelings, each one of them, and they fit together perfectly. Okay? So I began to trust my guides through this process. I was like, holy shit, like I'm not really doing anything with this. The divine is bringing me the music, then they're bringing me the words of the meditation, and then they're bringing me the song, like the musical as well, that I would sing a line, and it would be exactly perfect to what I was saying in the meditation. There's no way I could remember where that was or what it was when you're in it. Anybody knows that does trance channeling. My husband was just completely flabbergasted by it. He was like, what is going on here? And I was like, I know, me too, So this changed at one state in my meditation. And I suddenly, they wouldn't let me speak a voice. I started to sing, and some of you may have heard this. And I think it was my Wolf Moon channeling. And I think it was in January, I don't know, I believe December or January. I think the Wolf Moon's in January. Anyway, I think it's on my channel as well. You could look it up if you're interested in listening to it. And they had me begin to sing, and I just sang different syllables and things like I do in language, in light language, like ami ha ha la la, different things like that they would bring, but it was sang. Okay? And that is how I began to do light language. I had no idea what the words meant, the syllables, whatever it was that they were bringing to me. I had no idea. It was a profound healing. And I had people that began to message me about this and be like, wow, like that's crazy, incredibly crazy. And I didn't want to put it out because I thought, what's wrong with me? Am I crazy? Like, is this really mean something? What is going on with this? Like, I began to doubt myself. And I want you guys to always be aware of that we are tested. And Spirit is bringing this to me. We are tested within our own belief system. Okay? So when somebody else says something and it doesn't feel right to you, don't take it as somebody else says it and they're really successful. Like this other lady is very successful. Like she has, thousands of followers, and when she goes on live, she's got 500 or 600 people, that listen to her, and and stuff like that. So I mean, good for her. I don't hold any malice toward her whatsoever. That is her truth. But what I am being told to tell you is to not take somebody else's truth for yours. They're popular. Okay? Because this may be a state of where she is at in her truth right now, because she is delivering channeled, spoken messages. And I was there when I delivered the meditation as well. Okay? And we all work in different ways. So when something feels true and right to you, trust that. Trust your heart. Trust your guides. Okay? How does it feel to you? Don't just blindly follow what somebody else says so that you limit yourself. Now, in saying that, she has limited her ability. Okay? Now, I'm open. If they decide that they're going to bring me, an English language, where I will be able to translate that in a way that you guys could bully, I'll do it. I understand the gist of the energy, but I cannot translate word for word. I understand where the energy is going, and I understand the purpose of what it is for, but I cannot translate word for word those light codes and DNA codes when they come through me. Okay? So be aware of that. All right? Sometimes you also might feel within your journey that you're making shit up. Okay? You might be like, what? Am I making shit up? Like, this sounds kind of crazy to me. Write it down, and before too long, you will begin to see that other people will be saying the same thing. Because Spirit will say, hey, this is your validation that you were brought, because everything is in the universe for everybody to grab. Okay? So wait for validation if you don't trust it. Spirit will bring it to you in some way or form. And you will begin to trust yourself more and more as you receive those things. Like, I'm in a state now where I trust myself. And I trust that what Spirit brings to me is truth. However, there are times when I hold back in that because I'm not sure if the general public is ready for it. Okay? So then I wait until Spirit gives me guidance to bring it forward. Because I'm not sure. Are we ready? Right? Sometimes I have to wrap my head around what they brought to me because it seems so far-fetched and outrageous. Right? And then at the same time, we feel like we really haven't moved beyond that when we get into that stage of doubt. But when you begin to look back to where you were even a year ago, you will see a profound difference and changes in yourself. And that's what Spirit is asking you to hold on to. Okay? I also want to touch on the chakras that, I'm just looking at the messages here quickly. I also want to touch on the chakras that Spirit brought to me as well. I received an upgrade in my chakras quite some time ago, and I began to see them as more of a diamond light. With it still has a bit of a color, but they're more of a metallic, sparkly, which Jennifer kind of mentioned that she had been seeing as well. Like, it's kind of like a diamond light is mixed within the chakra, within the upgrade. Okay? So there's a sparkliness, metallic diamond light. It's really beautiful. And there will be a lot of you that have received this upgrade as well. You know, and not even really realized it if you haven't been really focused on it. And when we have received this, this metallic upgrade, they're telling me that you have moved at least to that 12th dimensional chakra. Okay? And then you begin to move within the 12th and the 22nd. Oh, that's fascinating. The 22nd is coming forward. Tomorrow's the 22nd. Okay. So this has something to do with moving within the chakras to be able to open you up to a higher perspective and viewpoint of awareness. That is really fascinating. And they brought me the 22nd, and what is really interesting is they brought me the 22nd, the date of the 22nd, and I even believe it was May 22nd that they brought to me quite a few years ago. I was talking to some friends of mine, and they brought me that date and said that it was going to be a really profound time and date for evolution of mankind. And you know how you kind of file things in the back and you think, oh, well, it didn't happen this year, I guess I was wrong. But they didn't give me a year, they only give me the month and the date. And just recently now, they've been bringing that 22nd of May, and I know that the peak of the full moon, the night when we can experience it within the darkness, to be able to represent the shadow aspect of the self, the feminine aspect of the self, as well as the moon, okay, to be able to reflect that, come to terms with the acceptance of the feminine aspect of the self, that the feminine aspect really is that creation, right? That darkness, that is where creation begins. And I mean darkness within the womb, that's where creation begins, okay? And it grows within the womb, and when we are born, that soul, that light enters the body, and that baby is able to live on its own. And if you even pay attention to plants, all of the growth beneath the ground that happens before that plant is able to come above the ground to receive the light and to be able to bloom. Okay? I mean, we have so many examples of it in our society on earth here yet, and yet we're like, oh my God, the darkness, and it's all about how we perceive it, our perception of it. Everything in balance. Everything in balance. Okay? Our human body is considered to be darkness. Okay? It is matter, form of matter. Our light is constant and lives on, right? It's infinite. And when this body wears out, we shed it, and we have the choice of coming back again into another matter to be able to form that experience, because we cannot have experience without matter. We have to have that matter. Okay? And that's what we're here with. I mean, the furniture we have, the pens we write with, the books, everything that we have. Okay? That is the form of things. When we are in spirit, we're in a physical form like this. Okay? So, does anybody have any questions? Jennifer, I'm very grateful and appreciative for what I have learned, even though it was excruciating on my body and mind. Yes, girl. Yes, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. So does anybody have any questions that they would like to ask about that? This full moon is going to be integral in us doing that quantum leap. So really be prepared for it. You might even want to do a ceremony. Even if you're someone that doesn't do, ceremonial kind of thing, tomorrow evening might be a good time for you to be able to do that, to bask on moonlight. It's a really powerful number. I mean, with it being 22, that is foundational. That is the master builder of what it is that you are building within your life. Bringing that light in, bringing that life in. Okay? So you might want to do that. And it's not, for anybody that's interested in a full moon ceremony, if you don't know how to do it, the full moon is really about releasing what no longer serves us. And all you have to do is write it down. Thank you for allowing me to let go of this part of myself, right? The shame of it. Not let go of that actual part of yourself, but the shame or the guilt or the blame of that part of yourself. Because we don't want to let go of parts of ourselves. They're all important. We just need to let go of the shame and the guilt and the blame within those parts. Wow, that's an epiphany. That's an epiphany. For a very long time, we have done full moon releases and we have always asked to release that part of us. Let's not ask to release that part of us. Ask to release the guilt, shame, blame, and all of that lower dense energy that is associated with that aspect of ourself so that we can embrace it in the fullness of the light in which it is intended. That's powerful, you guys. That is really, really powerful. I invite you to do that, and come back and leave me a comment about what happened with that for you. I don't see any questions that are coming on here, so I'm not going to waste your time. I think that Spirit has brought forward what it is that that they wanted to bring forward. Other than they're showing me, I forgot about seeing violet as well, and violet is all about the crown chakra. So we're healing the heart and opening up the crown, the connection of that heart and mind, allowing ourselves to be able to recognize, right, the difference and how we make choices through our heart. For a long time, we have used our mental ability, and sometimes, we might even think that we're thinking with our heart, but we're not. We're thinking with our mind. We're using it as a more logical aspect rather than just the feeling of it within the heart. And this moon is going to change that. Okay? There's going to be a link within that. Let's do a quick light code healing. And what we're going to do is we are going to connect to be able to bring through, and they're showing me, as above, so below, as within, so within. Okay? And I'm hearing fleur de lis. So look that up, fleur de lis. Fleur. That's fascinating. Yeah. As above, so below, as within, so without. Okay? All right. Spirit, you can receive or not. It's your choice always. Okay? Okay, Spirit, what do we want to bring today for the light codes? Shomaliha. Shomaliha Miha. Miha Shika Namaha. Namaha Awaha. Awaha Nika. Nika Shima. Nika Shimalaha. Shimalaha. Ignalaha. Ignalaha. Viha. Viha Mihala. Viha Miha. Ishnala. 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 Nahamaha. Ikalaha. Ikalaha. Shikala. Shikala Maha. Maha Awa Maha. Shomale, 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 Ikana Naha. Ogalaha. Ogalaha. Shimala, Shimala Hiha. Shimala Hiha Maha. Hiha Maha. Hiha Maha. Hiha Maha. Inka, 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 Inka. Mihala, Mihala, Ishna, Ishnavi, Ishnavi Laha, Ishnavi Laha Mihala Maha, Nimaha, Nimaha, Shimala Maha, Igala Maha, Igala Maha, Viha Viha, Vihali Maha. Okay, beautiful sacred souls. Thank you for popping on. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for all of your comments. I appreciate each and every one of them. If you are interested in listening to my lives, I suggest that you click the notification bell so that you can receive the notification when I do go live. I will be going live on this channel. I will not be going live on my it's more about card readings, and it's just easier to do a card reading when I'm really zoned into that. I enjoy going live with different messages and channelings and things like this, and that will be more of a format that I will be using on this particular channel. So thank you for all your support. Love and light, many, many blessings from my heart to yours. Into Shala Kihala Mahai. Bye for now. Okay, I gotta figure out how to turn this off, you guys. Yes, I want to stop streaming.